Pop Sigung. Welcome to my channel where I teach my personal martial art of Bagua, Kuntao, Silat. Today I'm going to teach you about pressing palm Jing or Jing. How we do this, like my other videos, is a standing pose practice or Zhang, and I'll teach you some exercises that you can use later to make sure that you have the appropriate mental intention, the appropriate feel for the energy, and the right structure and alignment for yourself so you can execute these pressing palm Jing in a self-defense, martial art, or fighting application. Firstly, please go back to my previous videos, which I'll show up above as suggestions, where you can see basics of pressing palm Jing, how to do that. But this goes to the secret fundamentals of how you create that energy, and you can get better and better in your energy to create pressing palm Jing and use it in application anytime you want to, and with great power and authority. All right, stand just like in my other one. Sigung, stay loose, easy, and as if your head is pulled up by a string. Relax, knees bent, coccyx tucked under just a little bit. Great. Your hips rolled under just a bit. Spine lengthens and your body settles into the ground. You can instantly feel that root expanding and your awareness expanding if you've been doing your foundational Wu Wei training. Instantly you'll feel the energy running. Take your deep breath as usual. Through your nose, tongue gently pressed against the roof of your mouth, jaws closed except I'm talking to you. Take the breath in, feel diaphragm pressing down, the energy extends down into the ground through your legs, expanding further and further. You're expanding with it, and it exhales, comes up through the legs, into your dantian, up through the spine, around the back, up through out your nose. In one breath. Easy, and it deflates as it filled, purposefully, expansively into. Then, assume this position. Palms down in front of you. In the next breath, that energy, even though as the breath leaves your nose, with the energy that rises up through your legs and up your spine, down your shoulders, and pressing against your palms as if you're pushing a ball in a swimming pool, one of those inflatable balls, and holding it down. A constant heavy push using your entire body. That's the feeling I want. You can feel your root rising up through the dantian, through your legs, through dantian, up your spine, through your shoulders, and out. All of your weight and your foundation pressing through your palms, and you're maintaining it. The entire time you're breathing. From the side, it looks like this. This is the easiest way to manifest a functional pressing palm Jing. Make sure your alignment and structures are proper. And we want to have the idea of pressing down with your entire root and body structure and alignment, all the energy down. Pushing. It's not a hard, heavy strike. It is a press, a push. Sometimes a shove with your alignments in body and root, supporting that structure. And you'll do that with your intention, Jing, energy, Shen, Qi, flowing, pushing that pressing palm. And you can feel, it feels like in your mind, you're pushing the ground down and yourself going with it. Imagine the idea of a large 1 meter diameter ball pushing up, and you're pushing it down. Trying to come up, and you're just pushing down the entire time. You have to get on top of it, or it'll slip and push you up. You can't simply just have a hand down. It'll throw your arm up and shove you back. You're getting on top of it and pressing with your entire being, all of your awareness, pressing down. And you stand just like this, breathing. Do this for at least 15 minutes. Also, you can do this by standing one foot in front of the other, same position. Single step, same position. Your hands are simply like this, but down. And your center is what's pushing down. Your root coming up into your center, and your center is pushing your palms down. Your shoulders are merely the alignment and structure to affect your center on your palms. That breath is easy, and you're loose and relaxed the entire time. It's an easy, relaxed posture. You're going to have to maintain that for 50 minutes to an hour at a time. You want to do this as much as possible. This is next in the line of the other Jins I've taught you previously, and in future Jins I'll teach you. Now, this energy channeling or alignment you're creating so that energy can channel through your external structure you've created is done so it goes as quickly as your mind and your entire body and energy and focus and awareness executes that move all at once instantly. You do that simply by making this practice. It'll also clear your mind and create stronger connective tissues and better alignments and energy movement as you're doing. First practice I'm going to show you to get a better idea of that pressing palm Jin. Slam ball, which you've hopefully acquired since I've showed you how to use it in a couple of my previous videos for other Jin practice. Set it down in front of you. Squat down, and with that energy is the idea, and you want it just in front of your knees, that your center is pushing down. Your palms are simply helping you affect that energy. Now, once you've done this on your toes, as you might see Americans do a lot, then what I want you to do is step up, flat-footed, squat, and press again, down. Just get that feeling that you're relaxing and easing yourself down. Your root is pushing the ball down into the ground, pressing palm Jin. Relax into it. This will also open up your hips and help you with your pelvic flexibility, your knee strength and flexibility, lower back. Notice I'm keeping my back straight even though I'm bent over. It's a tilting, not a hunching over. It's okay to bend over, it's how you do it, so that you can immediately pressing palm down and all of your weight and energy is pushing, shoving, all at once like a pulse, not a strike. As you can see in my previous videos, basic pressing palm applications, that you want that to pin the arm down, affect that person's structure. You can shove them over quite easily with pressing palm Jin when properly executed. It'll not only will it stop a strike, this is not a parry. This is moving an incoming energy and shoving the base structure to the side. So you can follow up without fear of retaliation instantly. Of course, they're going to try to adjust, but if you keep that energy on them, especially while you're affecting your own offense, it'll be extremely difficult for them to do so. Again, pushing like this. Now, as you know, while we're learning this energy, we're always pushing down. But at times, we'll want to affect that energy outward. And it's still pressing palm because it's not a strike. So when we wish to do that, we have to learn how to train it. What's that like? Instead of simply pushing down into their hip girdle, or down into their quad, or down if they're coming up into their shoulder, down into their rib, abdomen, especially if we're shorter than they are, at some times we'll want to execute pressing palm outward. How do we train that? We train it simply by taking your smash ball, pushing, and you can see me pushing, pressing with my entire body, root, again relax, elbow down, and I'm using my center to push this ball. My feet currently are parallel, and I'm pressing outward with the same intention, energy, alignment, chi movement, and structure as I did down, except with my palm raised and pushing out. It is similar to striking palm, except it's much slower and the energy is different, the intention is different, and the alignments are slightly different. You start out by pushing with two hands as we did before down, except it's out. Notice I'm straight, hips are tucked under a little bit, and you can stand like this for quite some time as you're practicing. Switch to the other hand so you know what that's like. Because most of the time when you execute pressing palm, it's going to be a single palm at a time. However, sometimes it's going to be double. That's going to be for that great shove where you just push somebody out of the way explosively without doing them harm. You don't want to harm someone with pressing palm. That would be a strike. You want to affect them structurally, alignment, and you may want to get them out of the way. Sometimes you don't want to hit drunk Uncle Joe who's acting a fool. You just want to push him off of you. So, as you're doing this, shoving directly outward. Now to practice it now, one foot in front of the other as I showed you before, pressing, pressing. The last exercise, pressing, and I keep my alignments and energies flowing all the time. Intention outward, alignment and structure outward, notice, elbows down, pressing. You don't want the ball to roll. You also don't want to have hands at the same time. This is the last exercise. Pressing, notice it's not a hit. It's a continual press. And I'm simply switching hands. Relaxed, easy, deep breathing the whole time. Breathing all the way down into the ground, up, out, bringing that energy up, pushing through my dantian, through my center, outward. Continually pressing outward with either hand. And you can see, that's it. I want to thank you for joining me on my video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for more future Jin and self-defense martial arts and tutorials of my personal martial art, Bagua Kuntao Silat.